Hello and welcome to this edition of Diaspora Central. I am Gil Ingles, and with us today in the studio, ladies and gentlemen, for this spotlight, it's Capital. Cap for short. He's a music producer. He is an engineer. He is one of these individuals that if you want to have your sounds banging, you need to holler at him. Cap, welcome to Diaspora Central.
Hey, appreciate it, man. Thank you for the invitation.
Yes, sir. Diaspora, stand up. Houston is in the building.
Hey.
What's going on, sir?
Man, nothing, man. It's a good morning.
Yeah.
You know, the weather's a little cold. But,
As always.
But, you know, the day started off right.
It has to be, brother. It has to
getting
be.
better.
Yeah. Music is rolling good?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, you've been holding it down for a minute, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a long minute.
Mm-hmm.
It's about to get longer.
Yeah. It's supposed to be.
Yeah.
To be a career, it's got to be longer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and kind of go and get a little bit of your background. So where are you originally from?
I am born and raised in Houston, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
I am Nigerian.
Okay.
So my parents...
Of Nigerian descent.
Yes. Yes. Both my parents are from Nigeria. They came here.
Yeah.
And, you know, went to school,
Mm-hmm.
had a career, started a family.
Right.
I'm the firstborn of that family.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah.
So you first generation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, have you been to Nigeria since?
Oh, of course.
Yeah?
I have to. I have a lot of family out there.
Yeah.
So I definitely make it a task
Mm-hmm.
to make sure I go home.
Got you. Now, you come from a big family?
Yes and no.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
my family is big.
Yeah.
But most of them in Nigeria.
Both of them in the continent
Yeah,
still.
but
here.
Here,
Mhm. Your immediate family.
it's
Siblings?
my immediate family.
Yeah.
And then
Siblings?
I do have like not extended, but cousins.
Cousins. Okay.
Cousins,
How many
uncles.
siblings? How big is the family?
Including me, 3.
3. Oh, that's not a
Yeah.
big family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah. The family is small.
Yeah.
But it's 5 of us all together. My parents,
Right,
and,
including the parents.
and my 2
Yeah.
sisters.
You want to give them a shout out?
Yeah. You know,
Mhm.
shout out to the second born,
Yeah.
Jesselyn,
There you go.
and my baby sister.
Mhm.
That's the one I'm like really close with.
Okay.
Love her to death. Her name's Crystal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what about mom and pops?
Mom and pops, they get all the love.
Mm-hmm.
Innocent and Rosemary.
There you go. Now, do you know what brought them here?
Opportunity.
Yeah.
I would say opportunity.
Mhm.
Well, my dad opportunity, my
Okay.
mom marriage.
Got you. Now, did your father go to school here also?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. What was his field? Give us a little
Accounting.
bit. Accounting.
Yeah.
All right. So you're good with money then.
Got to be.
You have an
man.
accountant in the family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's an accounting major. I'm a finance major.
You are finance. Oh,
Yeah. So
gracious. So we can talk some real stuff around here then.
we can get there.
So
you
you're
know?
the man who definitely understands Bitcoin and all this.
Nah. I didn't dive into that.
No,
Nah,
no
not heavily.
crypto.
Nah.
No, not heavily.
Not heavily,
But you
nah.
dabbled with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know
I
some
think
stuff.
most of us did a little bit just to
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
Cap. Now, music, man, where does that come from?
Man. So music originally came from growing up. My dad was a bit more strict with just focusing on school, focus on your education.
Yeah.
So I didn't really have a lot of curricular activities like that.
Mm-hmm.
Playing basketball,
Yeah.
football, track.
Okay.
So I found writing
Yeah.
poetry, writing lyrics.
So you actually enter music from a writing perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
From the writing angle.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I just carried a notebook and wrote down
Yeah.
rhymes.
Do you remember your first set?
Not strongly.
Okay.
Maybe a line here.
Couple of
and there,
lines?
But yeah.
Give us a couple of lines. We can take those.
Man.
We put you on the spot.
Let me think for a
we
second.
get
I'ma
you getting
come
those
back 'cause
together
I
because
gotta like really dig into that, but
yeah, we'll get them because before we go into a break, we go into a break with your lines. So
yeah.
So parents come in. What state in Nigeria?
Abia State.
Both of them?
Yeah.
Oh wow. So
Yeah, same village too.
wow.
Yeah.
Were they like college sweethearts or high school sweethearts?
No,
Something like that?
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
I mean, not to know, like, I don't know their
The full story?
relationship strongly, but I
you
do
need
know
to
that
you need to
that
start questioning them on
they
that.
do know each
Listen.
other. They know each other through
Mm-hmm.
my dad's friendship with the older brother.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're about the same age, and they grew up together.
Got you.
And stuff. So they knew each other's family.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's one of those let's say solid marriages.
Yeah.
Solid
Yeah,
marriages.
yeah.
Yeah. Now, the first time you went to Nigeria, were you old enough to remember?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah?
remember it. It was a great experience.
Yeah.
It was a great
What was
experience.
the first thing that captured you?
Oh, the way you looked.
Yeah.
I was like, "That's where you from, man?"
Yeah.
I got it. It's like I got it good
Mm-hmm.
where I'm at.
Yeah.
My dad will always say it,
Mm-hmm.
but to see it,
It's different, right?
It's
Yeah,
different.
it's different. I've always said that a lot of people don't realize how great the continent really is until you get there, because a lot of times the stories that we tell or the stories that we hear, they
Yeah.
don't do the continent justice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was definitely rough. I remember we went to my dad's older brother's apartment. He's actually here in Houston.
Okay.
So he lives here. But then he was living there. The second we stepped into his apartment, the power went out. And the
Yeah.
first thing everybody said was, "Welcome to Nigeria."
There you go.
I was like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
No power. So
Yeah.
how y'all gonna
Yeah,
watch
now you got to
TV
figure out what to do. Right.
And they're like, this kid
other
is
other things to
spoiled.
do. Yeah, the other things to do. So you visit Nigeria, of course, the first time you come back. While here, though, as a Nigerian-born child, I'm sure that you were sort of dealing with two identities, right?
Yes.
Because we all know, from up to your front door, it's Nigeria.
Yeah.
When you're out the door, you're in America,
Yeah.
right? So how did you manage that?
Man, that's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
I can answer it though.
Yeah.
I had to, within time, I had to accept my identity.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say that, it wasn't like I was neglecting
Mm-hmm.
being Nigerian
Right.
or clashing with, the
American
American
culture.
culture.
Mm-hmm.
It was more so I felt like I had to keep putting on a hat and
Right.
taking off a hat. I had to learn to merge the two
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and say, this is who I am.
Right. Yeah.
I'm of Nigerian descent who grew up here in America.
Got you.
So when I speak, I say, yeah, I'm from Houston, man.
Mm-hmm.
You don't sound like you from Houston,
Right.
but it's because I've,
You've been to both sides. You still,
Yeah.
because you still speak what tribe is what
Igbo.
tribe? Igbo. So
Igbo.
you still speak a native
no,
language.
not fluently.
No, but I mean you
Yeah.
speak enough to
Yeah.
because that makes a difference once you do, because even when you're here you sometimes think that way too,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because but you definitely speak Pidgin a bit.
A bit.
Come
yeah,
on, man.
Yeah,
I'm not Nigerian, and I'm learning Pidgin.
Yeah.
just hanging around
Pidgin,
Houston.
broken.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not hard.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's not something I practice a lot.
Got you.
But it is something that I do, not only Pidgin, but my own language as well.
Mhm.
I want to pick up
Yeah.
and start learning it again.
Okay. Which one is your
Igbo.
language? Igbo. Okay.
Igbo,
So
yeah.
Igbo. Yeah. Because I know that some of those tribes, even within the Igbo and the Yoruba, they still other native dialects that
even
they
if you
speak.
speak Igbo, they're like I remember when I was first learning it. So I'll speak to mostly my mom. She'll endure
Mhm.
me trying to learn it. My dad was like, just tell me
Yeah.
what you're trying to say.
Right.
And then when I go speak, like, to the events that we have in the community,
Yeah.
and then they say, you're speaking proper Igbo.
Yeah.
Like, who's teaching you this Igbo? And I'm like, I got this book, these flashcards,
Yeah. There you
but,
go.
But
You got a system.
There's different languages within the language.
Indeed. Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but that is definitely great, man. So let's go ahead and see if we can take our first break. So but before we go, remember you made us a promise. You're going to give us a couple of your lines from one of your first poems.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay.
Okay.
Got you.
Yeah, give us a couple of lines before you go into a break. So if you just tuned in, you're now checking in Diaspora Central Spotlight, and our guest today is Cap.
Yes, sir.
Got a few lines?
As if your nerves were hit by winter breeze. True meaning of moment sees as I let it breathe. Mistaken how this world is seen. Why give when I can invest in greed? My pleasure equates your pain. That's how I feed. Attendance to the rain with a capital K. This is my creed. Kneel a pistol whip for the thoughts I dreamed and never seen for the path to believe. Commander and ruler of any... it's been a while.
Yeah.
Commander and ruler of any crowd. Yeah. That's an early one.
Yeah. Yeah. How
That's
old
an
were you
early
when
one.
How old were you when you came up with that one?
Man, I was in high school.
Yeah. Wow.
So like,
So it was early.
yeah. Not early high school, like late high school.
Oh, late high school. Okay.
Yeah.
So you also, so then you started rhyming a little bit later then.
I started recording later.
Oh, recording later. So you
Yeah.
were already
So
writing.
I was like recording stuff I already wrote. And
Oh, okay.
New stuff. So yeah.
Much earlier than that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let's go into a break and kind of see how far he has come. And when I say how far, pun intended. We'll be right back.
Tainted by the evil, dying hard for another sequel. Until then, this is the prequel. Potentials for being lethal. Other than battling G squared, I have no equal. To try to belittle my raps, I end the sentence with all captions, break ball bats. Catching my second wind, stamina's intact. I'm riding one deep, have to be fall back. It's crucial. The game's gon' feel my wrath. Taking something scarce, I ain't giving it back. Grave diggers are never brave. They just victim to the times, addicted to the crimes. I'm a sleuth in his primes, witnessing all the signs, damaging with my rhymes. While forensics dissect the lines with traces of sulfuric ether every time. Nas reference, questioning my position in the game called severance. For fascination, for damaging membrane, cause physically you ain't chemically insane. Bleach on black tees, I intend to leave a stain. Money the root of evil, no wonder we all complain. Dreading to pay bills, for paying for what we feel. Itching to make a deal, versus killing for a meal. I'm coming. While you haunted by my affections, overruled by the judgment, going off in tangents, efforts amount to nothing, the power to overcome it. The definition of true magic is classic.
And we are back. If you just joined us, you know, tuned into Diaspora Central Spotlight. And our guest today, it's Cap. Yes, Capital. He's in the building. Music producer.
Yes.
Sir. Now, we all know. An African American or an American of African descent, born first generation in America. Mm-hmm. School is very important.
Yeah.
Right. What schools did you go to?
I've been to a private school in elementary.
Okay.
Or yeah, elementary private school.
You want to give him a shout out?
Shoot, do I even remember the name? I think it was Imani.
Okay.
Imani School or something like that.
Okay.
It's Imani Elementary School.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool.
Right.
I don't really. I remember bits of that.
Me too. That.
Yeah.
Now, while going to elementary school, was there any teacher or anyone that kind of, in a way, discovered already a little bit of writing in you? Do you think that you today, as you look back in retrospective?
Nah, I don't think I was in music.
Not at all.
Not at that.
Not even writing.
Elementary school.
Yeah.
Or the public school. Other public school. Nah. So
and what about finances?
Nah. Finance came later. That came when I was an adult.
Got you.
Yeah.
All right. So there was elementary school. You just kind of breezed through.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was your favorite subject then?
I don't think I really had a favorite subject.
No.
So as a kid, I was problematic.
Mm-hmm.
I was getting into fights.
Yeah.
And bullying.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
I mean, today you're very small. How big were you as a kid?
I wasn't big. I was scrappy. I was ready.
You brought the noise, huh?
Yeah. And you know, my dad had to correct that a lot. You know. But
what do you think you was? Were you like in a bully mode or?
I think so. Elementary. I can't really say where it came from, but I do remember why it stopped.
Okay.
But yeah, when I was a kid, I was always in fights. The littlest thing, I'll just start fighting.
Do you think that maybe you were over defensive even on the fact and here, I mean, of course I'm not a psychologist, but it's good to have these kind of conversations. Do you think that maybe it could have probably be even the fact that you're always on the defensive because of the dual identity that you were even trying to figure out? Because, I mean, we also know that kids can be bullies in a way and at times push those buttons, right?
I can't really say if that's something I struggle with as to why. Right. That was a struggle, but I can't say if that was what triggered or started that.
Okay.
Because I was pretty, I don't want to say popular, but I did have friends.
Right.
And of course, I had other African, Nigerian friends that I was real cool with too, and I would fight them.
Okay, so you're just an attention getter then.
Yeah.
Okay, so what stopped you from You said that you don't know what triggered it, but you know what stopped it.
And it was crazy. It was like one of those moments of like epiphanies.
Wow.
And I realized that as a kid, you know? So I, you know, we get off the bus and we're in front of the campus.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, I just went to like some second grader. I was probably like in the 4th, 5th grade or something. And I went to some second grader and I pushed them or something. I just started something.
Yeah.
I don't know what caused it. I just remember I did the act. And the kid was fed up with me.
Wow.
And he was like, you know what? I'm sick of this. He threw his backpack down. And he was like, if you're going to beat me up, just beat me up. And he put his fist up.
Right.
And I was like, oh, you about to get it. And then an older kid came up to me and was like, hey, are you about to beat up this kid? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, okay, when you done beating him up, I'm going to beat you up. And I was like, forget the kid. I'm right here. And then I was like,
so now you're taking on the bigger kid.
yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I was ready. So then something in my mind was like, what am I doing?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
What is going on? I don't even understand why I'm even doing this, you know? So I picked up my book bag and I was like, I'm not going to fight anybody.
That was it.
Yeah. The kid went away. The kid picked up his bag and I went my way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, you said your father had to correct that a lot.
Oh, yes. I meant whoopings.
Yeah.
Whoopings. Yeah.
You got him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. Inside that door is Nigeria, man.
Yeah.
911 doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah. 911 doesn't work.
Yeah.
That's a long distance call to Nigeria.
Yeah. He definitely had to do his part as a parent and discipline me and show me like what you're doing is not right. But it didn't stop me. You know, like I said, and not like I was defiant. It was just, I don't know, something else.
You were going through a process.
Yeah,
right?
something else needed to connect. Now that's what connected.
Yeah, but now, do you think that eventually led to something in which today you can probably look back and be like, okay, so that kind of makes sense?
Oh yeah, a lot of things.
Yeah,
a lot of things.
Name a few. And I'm asking you those not specifically just for you, but we have to remember that there are other kids just like you in the exact same position who probably don't understand. And when they hear these stories, they can kind of relate and be like, oh, okay, so I see. Because many kids think that there's no end to that identity crisis or to that feeling of uneasiness for not belonging to either or. Yeah. Right?
Well, like I said, I wouldn't say that whole period was because of the
No, I totally
crisis.
understand. No, I totally understand.
But just as a kid, you know, I'll speak for me.
Yeah, indeed.
There's a lot of times I felt like I knew better. There's a lot of times I feel like you don't understand. You know, and in reality, there were many times I didn't know better, and I wasn't the one who understood.
Right.
And because, say, my father or my mom, you know, understood, they behaved the way they behaved.
Right.
Because they understood.
Right.
They told me no, I couldn't do certain things, or I had to wait.
Yeah.
And I just didn't get it. Now that I'm older, it's like,
get it.
You know, man, it's
thank
true. You will understand when you're older. You know what I mean?
Yeah, thank you. It's a thank you moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the first time you actually walked out and you realized that, you know what? Okay. I'm not the same as these kids out there, and these kids out there, they definitely don't know exactly where I come from. How old were you?
I think I was still a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably age and grades is different for me, so I always go by grades.
Okay.
Probably like 6th grade.
Okay.
Ish.
Yeah.
You know, I'm older. We outside riding bikes, playing ball.
Yeah.
But a lot of times my dad wouldn't let me go out.
Right.
You know. And he had to explain in a way that you can have your fun, but you can't lose your focus.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah. You can be out there a little bit, but you can focus on the streets.
Yeah. And it wasn't like I was different from other kids.
Right.
But, you know, I'm raising you.
Exactly.
I don't know them. Not that they're bad, but You know.
I know where I want to take you and where
Yeah.
you need to go or where you should go.
Yeah.
Right. And that's because I mean a lot of times even as parents, I guess many of us do forget that the only responsibility given to us, honestly, by God, is the responsibility to raise our children, right? Our offspring. That's the only responsibility we have. Every other responsibility is something that we ourselves take on upon ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, our conversation is good. But visuals are always better because
Yeah.
people get to see what your work looks like and what the things that you do. So can we go into one of your videos?
Yeah.
Okay, which music video can we show?
So I definitely have a music video called Pregame.
Okay, pregame.
It's a song from a project that I released last year called Eros.
All right.
Yes.
No, tell us a bit about that project.
So I love this project. It's gonna be It's an introduction to where I'm going with my music.
So
going
that's,
forward.
So that's your next stage.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
the
definitely
intro
in
to
my
the next stage.
phase. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Eros is basically, I've been doing music for a very long time, and I'm 35 years old now.
Yeah.
So
Man said his age.
whatever, yeah, and it's a reason why I said my age.
Yeah.
Whatever I'm doing musically, it needs to reflect
Right.
that I'm grown.
Exactly.
Yeah, I would love to
Yeah.
whip out jewelry and
Yeah.
money and talk reckless and
Right.
talk like I could beat up everybody.
Right.
But nah, I wake up, I go to work, I
go.
pay bills.
Game is grown.
Yeah. I'm looking towards a potential family,
Right.
solidifying the relationships that I still have with my family while
Right.
I still got them. These are things that go through my head
Right.
as not only a person,
Yeah.
but now musically,
Indeed. Yeah.
and I reflect that. So Eros is basically grown man talk.
There you go. Grown men talk. He rose. And what's the title of the video?
Hold on.
Oh.
It's grown men talk with luxury, like modern luxury attached to it. Yeah.
Okay. Grown men talk with modern luxury attached
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
All right. And what's the title of the video?
The title of this the video is Pregame.
Pregame.
Yes.
So we'll be right back.
Counting my days, lessons. Making my ways, lessons. What? Testing. I'm not the one to play with. Life is short, so I stay lit. I bag me too, so I stay fit. I got my case, who's yours with? Put the glass with grace, you can't slip. Learn the pace before your face hit. My 2 subs in the trunk, let the bass hit. Then crash when the waves rollin'. Homie, not about to go in. Kick back now in session. No funds in recession. With spirits and suppressants. Help yourself to our concession. Sarah, who's your best friend? Introduce her to your best men. All eyes on you, don't sweat. Out the crew, I am your best bet. Master at my craft, I'm a triple threat. Running through the stash, do the math. I have no regrets. I ain't balling for my tab. Drink till there's nothing left. Help myself to another shot. Here goes to my help. Mix coke with Hennessy. I'm on another wave with the energy. I'm aligned with my remedy, it's only symmetry. If I was a drunken guy, then I'd be cripply. Yeah.
And we are back. That was Pregame by Cap. So who did the video?
So the video was done by a director named Sing Lock.
Okay.
Ironically, he's also Nigerian.
Yeah.
It was dope how I met him.
Okay.
And was able to even bring this visual that I've had in my mind for a good minute
Right.
to existence.
Yeah.
So I'm highly grateful that I ran into him
There you go.
and he hooked it up for me.
Yeah. What's the name of their crew?
Oh shoot. What is the name of their crew? I just know
don't
about
remember.
Sing Lock. But
Okay.
he did have a crew, but I think they're independent.
They're
Like,
independent.
They all do their
okay,
own
so
thing,
they
and they came
different
together.
different entities
Yeah.
came together for
Yeah, I think he
Pregame.
contracted them to assist him on the project.
Yeah.
But it's mostly him, and then I think he outsourced for assistance.
Very good. Yeah. Now, what was the concept that you had in mind?
So
initially?
Pregame, basically, it's like my counterweight to club songs.
Okay.
I like to do more intimate settings, like a house party,
Yeah.
or
Small
in this
venues.
case, a pregame.
Got you.
Everybody, hey, let's meet up here.
Yeah.
Let's chill, hang out, drink, and then we go to the club.
There you go.
And that's pretty much
Yeah.
the setting of that. Now, there is an underlining story in there.
Go ahead.
But it's not like strong or significant, but it is in there. And basically, there is a storyline within the album or the EP.
Okay.
And the storyline is basically a relationship with a woman. And pregame is how he met the woman.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So now people know what they gotta look for in an entire album, right? And is it an album or an EP?
It's an EP.
That's an EP, and that's
Yeah.
already available.
Yes.
Yeah.
On all streaming platforms.
Okay.
Eros.
And they can find it as Eros by
By Kapital.
Okay.
KAPITAL.
exactly.
Eros. EROS.
So music. What at some point made you think that, okay, I need to step into the studio and do this thing?
Man, you got some good questions, man. Because you take me back to like memory banks that I
Right.
don't touch a lot, but I do have the answer. So in high school, I came across a guy who is like a big bro to me, even though he's a year older than me. But musically, he's been doing it years before I even thought about doing it.
Okay.
His name is Jeremy Weaver.
Okay.
That's big homie. A lot of reasons why I'm rapping today is because of him.
Okay.
I used to go over to his house and record tracks and begged him to like, yo, bro, I just want to do a project.
Yeah.
And he finally entertained me putting out my first official project ever,
Yeah.
which was a group collab thing. And then he left.
Okay.
I won't speak on why he left, but he left. And I had no means to record anymore.
Wow.
I didn't even think about a studio or even how to even start or where to begin.
Yeah.
I think it was over summer or over school year. He came back, and I'm like, "Yo, man, I'm trying to record," and he was a little annoyed by me. So
Right.
he threw at me an old recording software.
Wow.
I think it was Cool Edit Pro 2.
Okay.
It's basically
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Adobe Premiere
Yeah.
today,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
And he said, "Here, bro, go record it yourself."
Wow.
And I'm like, "Oh, that's it. I just take this CD and take it
Yeah.
home and record it." So I bought like $100 mic,
Yeah.
$200 interface,
Boom.
and I started like really learning to
Getting into it.
record myself.
Now, which do you remember the brand and they better give me a sponsorship for actually giving them us
Oh, the brand of the brand of the
microphone.
mic. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I bought a
and the
you
interface.
taking it back. Yo, I bought a Samsung CO1.
Now hold on, what store?
Ooh, it wasn't even Guitar Center.
Uh-huh.
It was man.
Radio Shack.
Nah, it wasn't Radio Shack. It was
Yeah.
one of those third party
Okay.
music equipment stores.
What was it? Circuit City.
Nah, man, it wasn't a big name either. It was just, I really don't remember the name, but
Okay.
they were really cool with helping me figure it out. What
Okay.
I was trying to buy.
Right.
I just want the mic, but you need the interface. Why? I have the mic. What is that? You know?
Yeah.
I didn't know anything.
So finally, you get the interface also.
Yeah.
And what was the interface that you got?
Edirol UA 25.
Okay. You still got it today?
I do, but it's broken.
Oh wow, it's no
I just
longer
hold it
working.
for sentimental values.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, no, that's always it's always good to remember where we come from.
Yeah, we taking it back.
Yeah.
Man.
So now there's something that goes with that process, right? Because he just threw this CD of the software at you. Now you realize that you need a microphone and an interface,
Yeah,
but you don't just get that and it works, right?
yeah,
Because there's also a computer in there,
yep,
and you gotta make this software now talk to this interface.
yeah.
How was that process?
So at the time, my dad bought a new computer.
Okay.
And you remember how the computers was with the big
Yeah.
white back.
Right.
nobody touched this computer.
Yeah.
This is for my job. And we all up and down that computer.
Right.
Downloading LimeWire.
Oh,
you know
boy.
what I'm saying? Watching movies.
Yeah.
Streaming and
Yeah.
chatting. That's when, online chat
Right. Started.
messengers came into play.
Right.
Yeah. So I put the software in and downloaded it. And I didn't know what the triangle sideways was play. I didn't know the red circle was record.
Yeah.
I just played with it.
You started figuring it out.
Yeah, we didn't have YouTube.
No. In those days you had to read the manual.
Manuals.
Yeah,
He just gave me the disc, no case.
Wow.
I didn't have nothing.
So now you got to figure this
I
thing
just
out.
played with it.
Okay.
And then I was like, oh, okay, this how I record the audio. Cool. How do I put a beat in here? you know? And then before you know it, I was recording songs out of it. Horribly.
Now, who was doing your beats around that time?
LimeWire instrumentals.
Oh, okay. Hey, you just need timing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just need timing. If you got the rhymes, you just need timing.
Yeah. So I just found whatever beats I could and I rapped on it.
And that's how you basically end up becoming, I guess, you end up getting into the engineering portion of studio. Yeah.
Trying to figure out, okay, now I'm recording. How do I make this sound better?
Yeah.
you know? And then I'm figuring that out.
Yeah. Any of your siblings ended up getting into it also at all? Did you have a sidekick at home?
My sister, Jesslyn, that I shout out earlier.
Yeah, the youngest one.
Had no, not the youngest. The second born.
The second. Okay, the one that follows you.
She had a good voice growing up, so we used to try to do tracks together.
Oh, okay. So so she was your singing.
Yeah.
And she did the bridges and the hooks.
Yeah. I wrote her little verses or something.
And
but then she just didn't have the interest in it anymore and dropped out of it. So it was just me keeping it consistent.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now eventually at some point you like, you know what, I got to step up the game.
Yeah.
What was that moment?
The moment was when I invested in another software. And it was called Magix 2005.
Okay.
In Magix, not only was it a lot easier to navigate through the software, it also had a mastering suite. So when you were done mixing the song, on the master, you click the suite, and the whole thing come up like, I don't know if people know what I'm talking about, but like Bix have a mastering desk,
right? Yeah,
or something. It's like a mastering.
Yeah,
desk
you got the mastering desk basically where you're now gonna take the mix and polish it
up,
right?
Yeah. So then that's when I learned mastering.
Right.
I was like, whoa, what is this?
So now, throughout all that time, did you stay on Cool Edit Pro, or you from Cool Edit Pro you went into something else in between?
No, so I went from Cool Edit Pro. I went to Magix 2005.
Wow.
Then I went to Magix 2000. I want to say 12.
Okay. So basically, Magix
Something
really
like
became and this is important to kind of, and here's where I'm trying to go, and this is important to kind of I guess understand. Sometimes getting these packages that have everything encapsulated into it helps one understand the process because it somewhat kind of leads you through it, right? Yeah. It's like, okay, because a lot of people don't even understand the recording process. They don't know that, okay, first you need to capture. Then after you capture, you need to mix it. And after you mix it, that's when you go into mastering, right?
Yeah.
So you going through this process is just in the software that you're in.
Yep.
But at that point, you already understand multi-tracking because you dealt with Cool Edit Pro, right? You had to import your beats to it, and wow.
Yeah.
So first song that comes out of your first like real projects, what was it?
First song that come out of my real
was it even one of yours, or was it for somebody else? At that point, are you focusing more on you, or you?
Yeah, I was in a group called TRN.
TRN.
Yeah, the realest niggas.
And, how many members? And who were the members?
Me and one other person.
Okay. Who was the other person? Can you?
Magnum.
Okay.
Yeah. Currently, he's a DJ now.
Okay.
So he don't rap like that no more. But he DJs now. Yeah. We've done a track called, or a project called HipHop Soldiers. and that was fun.
Yeah. So at that point, you kind of already like, okay, this is just hip hop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was definitely heavy into hip hop.
Yeah.
Heavy hip hop.
Yeah. What's your biggest influence?
Man, you got time?
Yeah, I got time.
So first and foremost, Jay Dilla.
Okay.
Jay Dilla,
Yeah.
favorite producer. Favorite producer.
Yeah.
And then let's go into engineering. Young Guru.
Okay.
Love Young Guru.
Yeah.
Then if we're going to rapping, I started rapping because of Method Man. From the Wu-Tang Clan. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. I saw the movie How High.
You're right.
He was Silas and how he was walking, talking.
Yeah.
What up, God? I was like, yo, this guy is so cool. I went back to school trying to dress like this guy.
Yeah.
And I started rapping because he's like, man, it's cool. I want to rap like that too.
Yeah.
Now I switched up how I was rapping because of Talib Kweli.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's lyricism right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, every time I heard his music, it's like, man, he ain't talking about.
Yeah.
I had a song called Running, Gunning, and Stunting. I ain't done none of that.
Okay.
But that's what I rapped about.
Wow.
Because that's, I guess, not what I know personally, but that's what I saw.
That's what everybody else
that's
probably
what everybody
was doing. Right.
But then Talib Kweli would come in, and he had a line on Get By, said, I go through episodes 2 like Attack of the Clones. I'm like, you talking about Star Wars?
Yeah.
Like, you could do that? Like, yo, you know, and he just opened my eyes. Like, I could talk about what I like.
Exactly.
I like cartoons. I like anime. I like comic books. I like video games, you know. I could talk about that stuff too, you know, and people could rock with it because, oh, y'all like that too. Didn't know that.
Indeed.
Yeah. Mos Def, Common,
Okay.
Scarface. Who else we got? Lupe Fiasco.
Oh, wow.
You know?
Yeah.
Man, these are like some pivotal
Points.
MCs to me. Yeah.
No, which is really good. Let's go into another break. Do you have another video that we can show?
I don't have another solo video.
Okay.
But I do have a video that I am featured on.
Any music that you on? If it is
Yes.
a video, let's go.
So I am a feature on a song called I'm That. Short for I'm That Nigga.
Okay.
And it's with my homeboy, big bro, Lafayette Taylor.
All right.
Yeah, we did a song together a couple years ago. The beat was produced by another brother of ours called Major League Beats.
Okay.
Sadly, he passed away.
Oh, man. May you rest in peace.
I believe it was late October.
Wow.
And
That recently.
yeah.
Oh, gracious.
Yeah,
man.
but he produced the beat. And this song means more to me now because it's something that all three of us probably last touched together.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm proud to even bring this song into existence and let alone show it on your platform.
Yeah. No, it's for us. It's about ensuring that the diaspora is showcased in the best way possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, this one is called "I'm That" by Lafayette Taylor, featuring your own Capital.
All right, right here on Diaspora Central Spotlight. I'm That. We'll be right back.
Just so happened to get it in on a Tuesday. Jet lag, landing my plane down the runway. You say anything for my king. While downing a bottle of Douce. There's only one law when you round me. Do what I say. I know you heard about me. I'm that nigga. Leaving your man with chances of getting close to me. Despite his jealousy and envy, you came out for the scenery. Well, I could show you things you never seen before. Out all night, 4:15, club closed. You the bottle type. I surpassed the life. What he mad for and how you spend your time. Not dirty wine until that nigga get his money right. Nigga wasn't doing right. That's what you said. Get a real nigga in your life. That's what you said. I don't really play no. About my bread, no. So I'm that nigga. So I'm that nigga.
And we are back. If you just joined us, you're now tuned into the Diaspora Central Spotlight, and our guest today is Cap.
Hey.
I'm That. Feature. Yeah. Was that one of your first features?
Oh no.
Yeah.
I love to feature because I have a competitive nature when I
Yeah.
rap. I like to go in. So
There you go.
I have features.
Yeah, you got features.
More to come. More to come.
Indeed, and that's the move. Now, this one is with Lafayette Taylor, and I know that aside from just music, actually, you guys have a social project, right? A cultural project that is much bigger than that, right?
A cultural, I mean, probably more so for him. I am associated
Right.
with him.
Right.
But he definitely has his own
Right.
entities and own projects going on,
Right.
and vice versa. But right now we don't have anything that we're doing together.
Okay.
So we just
Okay.
come together as a collective.
Right, and that's the collective that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The collective that you guys have is actually One Sound Vibes.
Yes,
right?
yes, that's his entity.
Which is his entity.
Yeah,
Okay.
One Sound Vibe
Okay.
Connections,
Yeah.
One Sound Vibe Productions. Yeah.
Right, but at one point you guys also were partners.
Recording studio wise.
You guys owned a studio together.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So talk a little bit about that. How was that experience? Was that your first commercial
No.
venture?
No, actually,
Okay.
it wasn't.
Okay.
So,
then let's start on your first commercial.
yeah.
venture.
So my first commercial venture was ironically I had my own radio show.
Okay.
It was called Classic Life Radio.
Okay. Classic Life
Radio.
Radio. Okay.
Yes.
Was it classic with a K?
Yes.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. So I did love this platform because I got to talk about what I was.
There you go.
I was hip hop and I was business.
Yeah.
And we brought the two worlds together. I had a co-host, Hayes, or number 3,
Okay.
and another co-host, Joker. I currently don't do business with them today, but
Okay.
we're still in good standing.
Yeah.
After that contract we had with the station,
Yeah.
we decided to just, hey, let's start our own station,
Okay.
and then we can have our own shows.
Got you.
So we got an office space, and we set up a radio station.
Mm-hmm.
But then on side of that, they were like, "Yo, you should put your recording studio in here. I mean, your recording equipment in here,
Right.
and start doing like
Yeah.
some sessions.
Yeah.
That's another avenue we can use to bring money here."
Indeed.
And I was like, "Okay, cool." So we just called it Classic Life Entertainment. You know, all
So
together.
so there was the first
Yeah.
commercial venture.
Uh.
Now, prior to that, you were still operating from the crib.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was in my garage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was your first rate? What did you used to charge
Man,
when
I
you started?
charged like $10 an hour, $5 an hour.
Don't feel bad. We all done that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro. I was like, bro, just bring me a 6-pack, bro. I
Yeah.
got
Oh,
you.
yeah?
Like,
So if you're already old enough to take a 6-pack, you were doing good. But at that point, are you also getting into beat making or anything like that?
yes, but not passionately.
Okay.
It was out of like lack of.
Okay.
Because
So-
I didn't have beats.
So it was necessity.
Yeah.
Okay. So what was the first instrument that you picked up for that?
Man, I'm gonna say it, but I don't want to
Say it, man.
So I had a PS2 with
Okay.
Music Generator.
Oh.
3. And what I did was I would make a beat on the PS2,
Right.
Music Generator 3. And it was like MTV. It
Right.
was an MTV game.
Right.
And you can make beats on there. And then I would record it on this mini MP3 device that I had.
Okay.
And then I'll like extract it
From the
from the
mini.
device and put it in the software.
Yeah, you had a workflow, bro.
Yeah. and then I would rap on those.
Boy, the hustle is real.
Yeah.
Wow.
Quality was garbage.
Yeah.
Garbage.
Yeah.
Eventually I would get FL Studio demo.
Right.
And what I would do was I would have a graph notebook
Okay.
and I'll make beats and I'll sketch out my patterns in
On-
the graph
on-
squares.
yeah.
You know how it's like
Right.
I'll sketch out the pattern on the graph squares. And then if I had to like turn off my computer
and then
'cause you
come
can't
back to
save
it, right.
I'll re-enter what I created.
So that the demo, because the demo will not save.
you won't let you save. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then when I finally
hustle
had
was real.
Yeah. When I finally had the beat to where I liked it,
Yeah.
I dropped it. I'll export it, and then that was my beat.
Wow. Now, for the demo version, also FL Studio, did it not have like a timeline? Like after so many days, you
No, you just
no,
couldn't. The one I had,
you
you
just wouldn't
couldn't
let
save.
you. Yeah,
You
wow.
just couldn't save. So I either keep
Which
the
is
computer
good,
on,
right?
That computer will never turn off.
There you
That
go.
software will never close.
Yeah. until
it could
until
sleep.
the song is over.
Yeah, and then I'll draw it just in case.
Yeah.
Something. But yeah.
No,
so.
this is definitely interesting, man. Wow. But you know what? A lot of people don't appreciate that though later on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when you're going from $9.99 or $10 an hour now into an official, from the garage into an official building, you now got partners and everything else. At that point, what is driving you to really make this a business? Because a lot of people just like to vibe.
I guess what drove it to make it a business was as I'm getting older. I need to, if I'm gonna still do music, I need to bring in some form of revenue.
Okay.
It's cool to do it for fun,
Yeah.
but I'm in college. I'm at points where I'm paying my own tuition. I'm accumulating bills. I got a car note now, and I'm not a kid.
Right.
So I don't have time to ignore everything and just make music. So if I make music, I need to at least start bringing in some money. And I think that's what kind of like, all right, a business plan.
There you go.
What is that? And then now I'm starting to write.
Yeah. So now did you go through
business plans and
Did you go through the process of going to the Small Business Administration, SBA, and all that, or you just kind of picked up and did you go through the registration process? Did you do a DBA, doing businesses? What was your approach?
I did a DBA.
A DBA, okay.
I did a DBA. That was Classic Life Entertainment.
Yeah.
And then I started learning to market, and utilize social media more.
Yeah.
And I met some incredible, talented artists, and I met some garbage artists.
Yeah.
It's
part of the process. Yeah, it's part of the process. So eventually now you guys move on forward and officialize that. Now you have to upgrade the game. How do you go from Classic Life Entertainment to your next step?
So this was more so education versus music.
Got you.
It came to a point where I was in college a little too long. And when I started to sit down and look at my plan, it's like, wow, I'm about to graduate in like 6 years from now.
Whoa.
So I'm just here.
Right.
And I don't know where I'm going anymore. I don't know what I'm doing. So I did that reflection on whether or not I was going to still continue my education. At this time, I was in college starting my finance degree at U of H downtown.
Okay.
So my parents didn't like it, but I was like, I'm going to drop out of college. And I don't know what I'm doing anymore. So they weren't really happy with it. But I didn't just drop out of college. I said, you know what, while I'm figuring out what I'm doing education-wise, let me give a good dedication to music because I never really did that.
Okay.
I always had something with it. I'm working full-time. I'm in school full-time as well,
Yeah.
And it's like I just want to have a moment where it's just music. So I made a plan to save my money and go to London for music production.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
London.
Yeah, I went to
like
London.
UK, United Kingdom, London.
Yeah. and I said,
it's a big plan.
This is where I'm going to put it together musically and figure it out educationally.
Right.
Yeah. So that was the move. At the time.
And did you follow up with the plan? Did you make it to London?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I did.
So you ended up going to school in London?
Yeah, for music.
Okay. What was the name of the school?
Point Blank Music School.
Point Blank Music School.
Yeah.
And what did you do out there? Music technology, production?
So I did a course. I did a program called The Art of Mixing and Mastering.
Okay.
And I learned from two amazing instructors. One was Max Hayes.
Okay.
He's in the industry. He's worked with Mick Jagger, Mariah Carey, G Unit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, shoot, the list can go on. Massive
Yeah.
Attack.
Yeah.
You know, so he taught mixing,
Right.
and man, that was an incredible class.
Yeah.
And then Anthony Chapman,
Okay.
he was part of a London Brit hop group.
Yeah.
I hope I'm saying that right.
Yeah.
Called Collapse the Lung.
Mm-hmm.
They were big in the 90s.
Okay.
They even had a moment where they were like musically the face of the Olympics in I think 91 and 92.
Okay.
Now he masters.
Mm-hmm.
He does mastering
Yeah.
projects, or whoever contracts him to master their music
Right.
for him now in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
And he works with like Abbey Road,
Yeah.
you know, and you know Abbey Road.
Yeah. Yeah. Indeed.
So he taught us how to master.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you leave the U.S., get to London. Now, this is the first time that you moving from one country to another for purposes of actually relocating and schooling or profession.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Never done that in my life.
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna be in Houston forever. I'll
Yeah.
go to Nigeria, but
Right. That's vacation.
yeah,
Because
but
you
like,
never left like the U.S. to go to Nigeria. Like, okay, I'm gonna be in Nigeria for a year or two.
yeah, I
Right.
wanted to, but that never came.
Never came.
Never came up.
Okay.
But yeah,
So now when you get to London, of course,
I was like, I can't believe I'm in London.
right,
I don't know how I'm gonna figure this out,
right,
but I did.
yeah,
I did, and it was a great experience.
Mhm.
It was a great experience, great
Yeah.
journey.
how many months was the program that you did?
So originally, the program was 6 months.
Okay, that's a bold leap of faith, though. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, and then of course you come back. When do you and One Sound vibes
All come together.
come together? Yeah, for a partnership.
So I knew Loft beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
Ironically, he had another studio.
Okay.
It was called DTADC.
Okay.
And I was the studio manager there.
Okay.
At the same time, I still had my recording space,
Right.
you know, with Classic Life Entertainment.
Yeah.
When I left, I dismantled the studio.
Mhm.
I even did a whole documentary of my journey in London.
Oh wow.
Yeah, called Cap in London.
Okay.
And I even had the part where I dismantled the studio.
Yeah.
And that's the first episode.
Yeah.
But when I came back,
Mhm.
that's when they asked me to be the studio manager
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
for the studio he built while I was gone. He didn't have it yet. So when I came back, it was built.
Okay.
And he's like, we want you to be the studio manager.
Okay.
Around that time, I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I'll be a studio manager, but I'm still doing my thing.
Right.
And this is when I create Icon Studio Suite.
Okay.
That's my recording studio.
right.
And ideally, Icon Studio Suite was more of a self-engineer
Mm-hmm.
place.
Okay.
You go in there and you engineer yourself.
Okay. So you basically you have all the tools, all that is necessary. You walk in and you
Yeah.
do your thing.
Yeah, if you know what you're doing, you know, you just go in there and record yourself.
Right.
Or if you're an engineer and you need to record other people, it was like I did half the rate
Got you.
because there was no engineer.
Yeah.
So he no longer did business with his former studio, and he bought another location.
Okay.
And this is when he started One Sound Vibe
Okay.
Studios,
Yeah.
or the whole One Sound Vibe
Yeah.
Period.
Brand.
brand,
Right. Mhm.
exactly.
Yeah.
And when he built his studio, he had extra room.
Okay.
And at the time, I had another space somewhere else, and he presented the opportunity to have my space there,
Right.
you know, and then I pay a portion of the rent,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
and that's how we kind of came to like,
Got you.
yeah,
Got you. That actually also probably made better sense because now you don't have to be running from one location to another.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Yeah. So let's take another break and let's see if we can take a look at maybe the trailer for your documentary.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not a trailer, but it could probably be like a scene or a snippet of.
Okay. Yeah, we
something,
take a look at a snippet of the documentary then, because it's a very interesting story. A leap of faith, but eventually, if you're gonna bet on something, you gotta bet on yourself.
Amen.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
What's up, everybody? It's MC KAPITAL K. I decided to do a little web blog series where I tried to document or videotape my journey to London. Currently, I am in my office space. I have dismantled the studio. I have received several calls, text messages from a lot of people. Yo, I'm trying to record, I'm trying to do this, and I'm like, I'm breaking it down.
And we are back, and you are now tuned into Diaspora Central Spotlight, and our guest today is Cap, yes, of Icon Suite Studio. That's the one location where you need to go if you are trying to get that banging sound.
Yeah.
Cap.
Icon Studio Suite.
So, what is next?
So, with all that, I've definitely taken like a hiatus from being an artist.
Yeah.
I was focusing on engineering.
Okay.
Later, or as in currently, a lot of producing.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm just focusing on being an artist.
Okay.
That's priority.
Yeah.
Everything else I'm still doing, but this is like artistry,
Right.
rapping, creating music is back at the forefront.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Icon Studio Suite, because that concept right there is something that I believe that it's pioneering, right? Pioneering in the fact that, okay, you setting up a venue with the concept of the old professional studios where, okay, you rented the studio, you brought your crew, and your crew knew what to do,
Yeah.
right? So what kind of leads you to coming up with a concept such as that?
I was trying to be innovative.
Uh-huh.
There are other creatives. There are other engineers.
Yeah.
There are other people that do video editing, graphic design, and they don't have a space
Right.
to work from professionally for themselves or the proper equipment.
Right.
And that's something I try to provide.
So, and is that something that you're still doing, or?
Well, so right now, no.
Okay.
I'm basically at the, what do you call it, back to the drawing board with it. Because I'm basically going to take it to another level.
Got you.
And I'm going to come back probably most likely next year.
There you go.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
right now I work mobily. I don't do recording sessions, but I do mixing. I do
Right.
mastering.
Okay.
I sell beats.
Okay.
And then people get with me.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I recorded this at my house. Can
Okay.
you mix it for me?
Okay.
So
So
like that.
and so people fully understand. Okay, you do the beat and you hand the beat to them. They go produce the song, and then they can bring it back to you to mix. You're not gonna go to the studio with them to produce.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
Unless they're gonna pay me extra for
For the
'cause,
production.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
not part of my package.
It's not part of your beat price.
Yeah, well, to like be the engineer for the
Or
session.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of times you can just be producing. Someone else could be engineering, right? They could be
Exactly.
engineering themselves.
Like
right?
I'll show up to a session, I produce the beat,
Right.
but I'll be there as like a producer. Just say, hey,
Yeah.
I made the beat.
Right.
Hey, it'll be kind of cool if you sound like this towards
Yeah.
the beat. I could give my
you're
2
not,
cents.
Yeah, you're not gonna be on the board though.
Yeah, no.
Right. Yeah. So and that's another level also to help educate people. They are capturing or recording engineers, and that in itself is also an art,
Yeah,
right? And a lot of people feel like, oh, a recording engineer is not as good as a mixing engineer. No, they just specialized trades. A recording engineer really masters the art of recording,
Recording it, yep.
capturing the sound, the
Quality,
quality of
the
the sound,
delivery.
cleaning up the session and the delivery, of that session to the mixing engineer. The mixing engineer makes sure that he places everything where it needs to be and how it needs to sound based on his vision, right? Because and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that there's this thing called mixing a record as a job and mixing a record as an artist. Because when you mixing a record artistically, you have input in what you placing and why you placing, and you creatively making these records sound completely different to what the idea that this undeveloped idea that the artist could have had, or the client may have had. But you were saying that you elevating the game to the next level, man, and the next level is next level. So let's talk a little bit about what that means.
So the next level is definitely more music.
More music.
I do have a catalog. It's not as extensive as I wanted it to be.
Okay.
So the goal is to make it extensive.
Got you. So let's talk a little bit about the catalog and the importance of catalog. Okay. Yeah. This session of the show is really we educating our peers and also being educated by our peers, because they can always comment and hopefully we'll respond to the comments. So catalog. Okay. When did you figure out that you needed a catalog?
I guess when people start asking where they can hear my stuff, and I tell them I don't have stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I've always made tracks. I've always recorded. I've always written it, but I never put it out. I just, hey, yeah, it's right here on my phone. Check this out. Man, where can I get that?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not up. I need to put this up.
Right.
I need to put it up.
Technology now is facilitating that a lot. Because, I mean, just think about it. You can now produce everything that you want to produce, publish it, have it available on social media, and people can use it on Reels and whatever else. And at that point in time, you can actually capitalize on those things.
Yeah.
The game has changed.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you catching on to it?
I would say pretty well, because I do understand the aspect of, one, you know, making sure everything you own is registered and copywritten. And do know that you can publish your own stuff.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
On top of that, like you said, if someone does a video and your music's playing in the background, that's money.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So not to say that the second you do it, everybody's gonna be playing
it. Indeed.
But
yeah,
let's say if it does trend, it does catch on, it does go somewhere.
Yeah.
You don't have to backtrack and try to get your stuff registered and blah 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 blah. It's already ready to go. Right. Just capitalize on the trend.
Exactly.
And push that.
The moment.
Market that. You know. So and that's currently is where I'm at right now. I make sure anything I put out, my name's on it. Yeah. It's registered. It's accessible. Right. And then I do my best to market and promote. And I always say it like that because that's not my strongest avenue. Right. And I work hard to try to keep it up there with writing a verse in 30 minutes. Right. You know, like I could do that. I could create all day. Indeed. But when it comes to marketing, I gotta, what are the hashtags I should be using? I don't know. When you don't have those strengths, also you can always get the people that have those strengths to do that, to help, right? Yeah. You may have the basics, and then they're gonna bring the actual big guns to carry the process forward. Yeah. Yeah. Like, I mean, for instance, okay, someone may be a good recording engineer, but if they need a good mixing engineer, they're going to reach out to you. You may be a good mixing engineer, and if you need a mastering engineer, you know who to reach out to. Yeah. I learned that just based on the fact that I saw how creatively a mixing engineer can really change the project. Oh, yeah. Right. So when you bring the mixing engineer, those are fresh ears from an outside perspective. This person can now see the potential of how far this thing can go. Oh, yeah. Right. And when you hand it over to a mastering engineer, the same process, thing. Right? Yep. It's like they looking with that fresh perspective and maximizing the potential of what this thing can go. Yeah. Yeah. So if people need to get in touch with you, though, where would they go and what can they do? Yo, best bet is Instagram. Okay. At Sir Capital 2.0. All right. Or 2.0. Okay. So at Sir Capital 2.0. Yes. Yeah. SIRKAPITAL 2.0.
Okay. And now if they need it, and that's the best way to get at you as an artist and also as an engineer.
Yes. Well, if
Okay.
you want, well, you can get at me as an engineer there too, but as
Okay.
an engineer, Icon Studio Suite
Okay.
on Instagram.
Okay. Got
Yeah.
you. Website or
If you go to the Instagram, on my bio, there's
Okay.
a link tree.
okay.
It goes to my videos, my projects,
Got it.
and my website.
Everything that you got going
Everything
on
you
there.
want to check out about me, that's a great place to start.
There you go. And the man is available and always ready to work. Remember, at one point he took a 6-pack.
Yep.
No, but the hustle is real though,
Yeah.
and sometimes that's what it takes, right, to do what
Yeah,
needs to
yeah.
be done. But before we go though, I kind of want to go into another video. So, is there any other visuals that we can pass? Anything of you? Another collaboration, a video, anything?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Let me roughly say probably a performance or
Yeah.
maybe another miscellaneous video.
All right. So let's go into one of your performances just so we can give our audience a little bit, and we'll be right back.
Highly influenced, my world is being ruined. It wants you to show promise, but to me it's being ruined. The content is so high, I can show you where proof is. Brown in a short glass, the only way I could do this. I'm a master of my craft, I ain't talking about music. Little mama moving always got me thinking, what's she proving one more night to get it in? After this, I'ma losing my sobriety. Being question don't make me get stupid.
And we are back. If you just joined us, you're now tuned into Diaspora Central Spotlight with Gil Ingles and Capital. Yes, Cap, the artist and the owner of Icons
Studio Suite.
Studio Suite,
Yes.
right here in the building. Diaspora, stand up. Nigeria is in the building.
Hey, Nigeria, stand up.
Yeah, Nigeria, stand up. Diaspora is in the building. Yeah. Now let's kind of go and try to bridge
Okay.
the gap.
Yeah.
Right. We know that it is a lengthy interview, but I honestly believe that you have a lot to give back.
Yeah.
And you have given back a lot in this interview, and I couldn't let you go without bridging that gap, because I believe that it is important for us. It's part of our social responsibility,
Indeed.
right? As the diaspora. Of course, Afrobeats right now, it's the flagship of Africa in the world,
Yeah.
hands down,
Yeah.
right? This movement has never been as hot as it is right now. And by us being in the mix of a multicultural society, a lot of times we don't understand really the responsibility that falls on our shoulders to ensure that that gap is being bridged in.
Yeah.
Until now, and thanks to technology, we realize that the other world is not that far away. You can just reach,
Yeah.
and if they reach our soul, you just bridged it.
Yeah.
As a Nigerian American, a hip-hop artist, primarily a hip-hop engineer, I'm sure that you mix anything. Of course, I mean, based on the person that you had as your teacher, Max, dude.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's
he made sure that we can mix
Yeah,
everything.
you when you taught out to mix, you taught out to mix,
Yeah.
right? Regardless of what kind of song it is. Go
Can I
ahead.
say something real short? 'Cause
Yeah.
I want to speak on that
Yeah.
mixing part. So when we started the class on mixing,
Yeah.
he gave us this horrible song. It was a horrible song. We all hated this song.
Yeah,
And he's like, if you can't mix this song, how you gonna mix any other song?
yeah,
You know? And we like, that's a good point.
yeah.
So like how you saying this, like, yeah, I can literally mix
Right.
anything
There you go.
to the best of my ability. Yeah.
Yeah. So, bridging that gap, production-wise, of course, you're now producing beats. Are you doing any Afro beats?
Man, that I am.
Mm-hmm.
I'm learning.
Yeah, you're
I'm
learning, right?
It's a different feel. It's
Yeah.
a different groove.
Yeah.
It's a different flair.
Indeed.
You know. So I move slower when I produce
Yeah.
Afro,
Okay.
because I definitely want to respect it.
Yeah, you got to make it authentic.
I want to respect it, and you know, especially being like I'm not.
Mhm.
I wasn't born and raised in
Right.
Nigeria.
Mhm.
You know, so I don't want it to come off like
Yeah.
I'm mocking or I'm
Indeed.
a mimic.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what you used to produce?
What I used to
Yeah.
produce.
What are your tools for beat making?
when I start.
Yeah.
So,
What's your rig like now? Your
you know,
production rig?
I told you before that my favorite producer is
Mhm.
Jay Dilla.
Right.
So I produce on an MPC.
Okay. There you go. There you go.
I use the MPC software.
Mhm.
I'm currently on a MPC Renaissance.
Oh, oh man.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're on the
And
the Renaissance. Hold on. Was the Renaissance the last before the live?
Yeah.
Yeah, before the live.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Renaissance came before it.
Before
the
before
live,
the X
yeah,
and the live.
X.
Right.
Yeah.
The X and the
I
live.
want to upgrade to the X.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
that's a standalone. I could.
Dude, I have them both.
Oh yeah.
The X and
yeah,
the live.
Yeah.
Now they have a live too. Also, they have speakers in it.
Yeah. The live 2
Yeah.
got a speaker in it, which I think is a dope
Yeah.
feature.
Yeah,
I don't
definitely.
like where it is though, but
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah. No, it sounds good though. It
Yeah.
sounds good, yeah, because in all honesty, he shoots the sounds that way. Because that was one of my biggest fears.
Don't they have
too.
a bar?
Yeah, he has
the bar, but
he
it
has a
shoots it
bar.
outward?
Yeah, there are two speakers, I believe, that shoot the sound that way. Because when you sitting in front of it,
It's
you
not
don't.
like-
Yeah, you're not hearing coming
Oh,
from
okay.
here. You're hearing it actually kind of going that way. Yeah, so it's the engineering behind it was kind of pretty cool.
That's good.
But
Who's the company behind adding the speaker to?
I think it's still Akai.
It's still a Kai.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's all their product.
Well, that's true. They do sell
Yeah,
speakers.
Yeah.
So yeah,
they're still Akai. Yeah, they're still Akai. It's I mean it's a nice product. I like it. I don't have the two. I have the live one without the speaker. So you still gotta plug the headphones to do the thing. But
Yeah.
but it's like I fooled with it a little bit. Then I lost interest. But now that I know that you're an MPC guy, dude, I think you're gonna be my guy.
I just play on it, man.
Yeah.
It's fun.
There you go.
I have a movie up and I'm just producing to kill time.
And you
Or-
listen.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I need to learn to do with the MPC. So now I have an MPC teacher.
yeah.
Yeah, Capital, man. It's been a pleasure having you, brother.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure as well.
So, one of the key things that I kind of want our audience to really keep in mind is the fact that, hey, regardless of what you're going through, remember that eventually you got to bet on yourself. And once you do, you find the freedom to be who you want to be. It's not easy. And sometimes it's not even the conventional way of doing it. As you've seen, this is a man who bet on himself and went all the way to London for 3 months and came back, and he definitely knew where he wanted to go. And today he's taken his art to the point where he believes that he needs to go. And Cap, it's been a pleasure having you. You got to make me a promise you'll be back.
Oh, absolutely.
Man, now you even got me thinking. You used to have a show. Do you want to do one show for the Diaspora Central Network, man?
I can.
Yeah?
I can.
We need to
Yeah,
start
yeah.
developing that. Yeah?
Yeah. I could do one.
Yes,
we
sir.
could talk and see,
Definitely.
what that could potentially
Let's
be.
let's
Yeah.
definitely do that, man. It's been a great pleasure having you here. And listen, remember, this is home for you. Anytime you need to come out,
you,
man,
brother.
definitely visit us, because this is what we do: showcase diaspora culture and talent. For those of you that joined us, thank you again. And remember, if you don't bet on yourself, you're not betting on anything or anyone else. Till next time, peace.